So our next section is about finding LP opportunities. We have a lot of different things out there that you can use. In our LP Army Discord, we have some bots. And let me just pull this up. We see here, there is the DLMM Ops bot, the multi-day ops, and the Metlex terminal. Okay. The DLMM Ops bot, you can, now there's commands that you can use to operate these bots. Just do /help. But this one, for example, it's showing you the top 10 non-strict lists, and that's talking about Jupyter's verified tokens or not. It's just giving you some information, telling you like, here's the token pair. You've got the bin step and the fee for this very specific pool. It's giving you an estimate of the 24-hour fees over TVL. Again, like we talked about yesterday, that number can be change a lot by a lot of liquidity being added or moved from the pool. So don't use that as your best indicator. But we'll see a volume trend. Like here, the volume trend is telling you it's trending up right now or down. The TVL and the fully diluted volume here. And also this last thing is kind of a rug check. It's just some basic rug checks. It's checking, I think, about 4 or 5 items, whatever. All that's saying is that there's not any danger signals, but you should always do your own research and check on these. But if you're like one of these, you can just click and it'll take you straight to the pool. Multi-day ops is very similar. And multi-day meanings tokens that, have a little bit more life to them. Maybe they're good for a few days. Maybe they're good for a week or longer. This gives you a little bit different information, but still some more of it. I'm not going to go into what all these things mean, but like first migration date, you can see how old the token is after it bonded. Bin step base fees, the price change in the last 6 hours, and so on and so forth. And then finally, we have the Metlex terminal, okay? And this is going to fire off every time a new DLMM pool is created. It's going to create one of these. And so there's a link to the pool, and you see that it says edge.meteora.ag. There's app.meteora.ag, and there's edge.meteora.ag. What's the difference? Edge is simply the test version of app. It's where the team tests new versions of it, and it's all the same data. It's just where they're testing new features or things before moving it to app. It all works the same. Sometimes people will use Edge because maybe it's working a little bit better than app or vice versa, but that's not the important part to this. This is giving you information about the two tokens. There's the contract address. There's links to GMGN, Ape, Jupyter, RugCheck, Bubble Maps, and if there's anything on Twitter. There's a little bit of information there. We will see that this is not a Jupyter verified token. There's no freeze authority. There's no mint authority set on it. And of course, this is just SOL. Here's another example of this. Here, grass. This one, these risks here is all coming from RugCheck. So this is kind of like a danger token. Maybe you want to avoid it. So this is not really giving you any idea what the token's doing. It's just saying, here's a brand new pool that somebody created. Okay. So there's those things to help you find stuff. And if you remember, I talked about in the very beginning, collaboration. This is one of the great ways that you can collaborate with others. And that's right there in our Discord, chatting with other people. If you have not added the DGen role, you can go to the role selection channel. There's information on how to do that, how to add that role to yourself so that you get tagged in Discord whenever one of our DGen callers, our alpha callers, lays out a new, like, hey guys, this thing has got some volume. Okay, you can get tagged whenever they create that. In our DGen calls channel, you'll see them list that. They'll make a thread. Okay, and that's where you can go. You see underneath where people are talking about that specific token pair. It's a separate thread. Now you can also just hang out in the dgen.-dlmm. It's one of my favorite places to go hang out, where people are talking about different tokens. There may be some good plays in there that maybe they don't make it to DGen calls, or people are talking about that before it lands in the DGen calls. There's, of course, multi-day DGens, where if you're looking maybe something a little bit safer, a little bit more long-term, a little less risk, this is a good place to discuss those things. But I should remind you, just because someone made a call on something, someone says, I'm in this pool, you should do your own research. Check the chart, check your safety things, all that. Just because someone made a call doesn't mean that it's a good one, that it's not going to rug. You know, no one can predict the future. So be safe. You risk your own money. That's on you. All right. Okay. So now this is one of my favorite tools out there. You can get to this from lparmy.com/tools. There's a link directly in every pool to take you to that page. Metlex.io is created by one of the LP Army leads, Alex. So I'm actually going to demo this one right now. So this starts us out right here on the Pro app. And this is just kind of like showing you what's going on right now. And you can sort, filter by many things here: top trending, top traded, organic, growth. You can sort by the default newest first, oldest first. I like newest first. And if I'm looking for something that's happening right now, I use the 5-minute filter. We can see the trend, the volume. We can sort by that, high to low. I want to see where the volume is right now. You can also do market cap and things like that. There's other places where you can find the same kind of information, but what's cool about Metlex is that if there's pools that exist for it, you can click right here. We can see here for this Trump token, there's 62 different pools. And if you click that, you'll get a little bit more breakdown about the individual pools. You will see bin step, base fee, the volume, the TVL, how many fees. And then there's a link directly to either the app or the Edge version. This will take you straight to this pool. So this could help you choose the right pool. And what I'm looking for, and let me pick a different token here. Let's just go with this PX one. Okay, a little bit less information, so it's easier to look at. So I see this PPX/SOL. Today's fees $241. This one $1. So this one kind of is terrible. There's not very much TVL here. This looks like a hard pass. And let's see. Let me see if we can pick a different one. Something that's not a long term. Okay. Let's just say that I wanted this one, Pumpcade. Okay. So we can see here, 250 bin step, 2% base fee. There's $426,000 in TVL in there, and we're getting about 55K volume. Over here, the 100 bin step, 2% fee, the TVL 80,000 and 28K. So actually the ratio of volume to TVL is a little closer. I really prefer to find things where the volume is greater than the TVL. So because that's telling me that there's more stuff coming through that pool. I'm not really interested in this token, but if I was to pick one of these pools, I would probably go with this one right here, just because it's got a decent amount of TVL and some volume pumping through it. Now, it's really not earning that much today, and that's not unusual for a weekend. It is Sunday, but that's something like that here. And Alex says, click on question mark right there. So we click on that, and it's telling you only no verified by June. So this is like, yeah, non-verified token. So here's all your rugs, right? And if we uncheck that, then it'll show you everything that's kind of long term, right? So we see these right here, they go away whenever I check that. Now, the other thing that you will see here, in addition to that, is if you're interested in using this for the DAM V2, you can just click on this and it'll check, and it'll tell you if there's any DAM V2 pools created for it. A little bit of information there, the TVL, the base fee, and volume there. It also tell you whether or not you're getting, how the fees are coming to you. Is it QT, that's quote token, and then here this one is telling you quote token and base token. So this one right here, you would be getting fees in both coins, and this one right here, you would be getting only SOL for this pool. So this is a great cool tool. I'm going to move on to another tool here, and that is the pools. Okay, so I'm going to actually have a token that I would like to grab the contract address for. We always go with the contract address. I'm going to drop that here into the little search box and click the rocket to go. So this is showing me all the Meteora pools for this particular token. Now here, this is kind of a danger sign. More tokens can be minted by the owner and mutable metadata. They can actually change this. So this one's been running for a while. It hasn't rugged. Why it's this way, I don't know, but it could still be dangerous. So anyway, but the idea here is that if you're just wanting to look at this, here's a broader view that you can look at. Some of that same information that we were looking at on Pro, but in a wider format. It's giving you all the information here, and we'll see it's broken down by USDC as well, right? So all the pairs for that one. Someone has created this other pool. Why, I don't know. Someone's got a Met pool. They're not getting very much volume, but they exist, okay? So you can use this to help yourself select the right pool for you. There's all kinds of links here to the GMGN charts, Jupiter Pro, and other platforms as well. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to look at here is, so anyway, on the DEX, we've got links to bubble maps and rug checks. But what it's showing me is pools all across the market, not necessarily just on Meteora. We see here this Meteora Dyne 2, that means the DAM V2, then DLMM, and so on. We can see a Radium pool over here. There's an Orca pool. Now and then you'll see some other like weird one that maybe you've never heard of. But this kind of tells you like where is the volume flowing, through which pools, help you select the right thing on the market. You can tell like Meteora is grabbing probably more volume than anybody else on this particular coin. Okay, so next thing we're going to show you here and is the DLMM Top 100. And this is kind of help you like a way to, what do I want to LP? Okay, and there's a lot of filters up here that you can choose, like say, show me only things with fees above 5% or more, or 2%, or 1% or greater. Okay, and then you can sort by fees by these time marks. There is Pro mode that you can turn on, and it's going to load a chart for each of these, and this will actually take a minute. But we got the GMGN charts loading right in here, so you can kind of look at this and see what's going on. This looks like wash traded, to be honest. Let's see what's going on here. I'm just scrolling. Okay, same Met USDC, so on and so forth. I'm going to turn off Pro mode just so that this is easier to look at for the moment. If you don't see anything right here, this is a rug. Okay. Yeah, skip them. You're looking for stuff that actually has information here. So skip those entirely. We're looking for here that's got information over time. It's showing us a price change. These are actually legit. And that's why it's so important, as I said before, you know, just because you find something doesn't mean you shouldn't do your safety checks. Do your safety checks. Let's find another one here. Here's Wojak Soul. Okay, TVL, 24-hour volume, 80 bin step, 1% fees. You know, maybe this is good. You can check it out. It is getting about this much. This one is probably running a little bit, or it was. But this is, again, just a way that you can help find opportunities out there.